Everybody who wants to be disgustingly well read these days is actually making a reading curriculum, and especially if you are someone who does not know what a reading curriculum is or do not know how to go about it, then this is the video for you. So the step one is always to select a topic that you want to know more about. For example, right now I am in my phase of learning more about the Sri Lankan Civil War and the LTTE, and therefore I am reading certain books, and I've added certain books in my library as well, likewise on my Kindle and in my physical TBR. In order to understand what books you can read, of course, you can Google them, you can check out Goodreads, you can check out Fable. All the internet is full of books that you want to read. Step 2. In your particular list that you've made of preferably 5 to 6 books, select 2 books. And preferably one can be fiction and one can be non-fiction, or one can be again subgenres of non-fiction or subgenres of fiction. For example, what I did was I picked up my non-fiction book, which is Seasons of Trouble by Rohini Mohan, which is about the aftermath of the Civil War and what happened during the Civil War through individual stories. And another book that I read was a part of investigative journalism. So this is a genre under non-fiction, and I read 90 Days by Aniruddha Mitra. Now, instead of making a list of 5 to 6 books, what I did was just go for 2 books at one point of time. And if you're someone who does not read multiple books at a time, that is okay. You can take the more interesting one first. For example, I finished 90 Days first, and now I am reading Rohini Mohan's book. So basically what I'm trying to do is trying to build that foundation or the basic step in order to get into that topic. The next step is very simple. After you finish these 2 books, if you're still interested in continuing in this particular curriculum, or if you're interested in this subject still, right, after reading the 2 books, then you should go ahead and look at the list again and select another 2 books. For example, maybe the next 2 books, again, I do a non-fiction and a fiction. So for me, it might be Anuk Arutpragasham's The Story of a Brief Marriage. And the next one is Samanth Subramanian's This Divided Island, which is an award-winning non-fiction book on the Sri Lankan Civil War. Now, you do not need to pick up a 3rd book after you finish the 2 books, right? You can take your own pace, you can take your own time, because what this helps you to do is, instead of creating an entire reading list of 6 to 7 books which you need to read in series or which you might read over a year, you are kind of easing into the topic and you're understanding whether after 2 books you have the required knowledge, or if you're still interested in the topic, which gives you room to kind of just understand things in a much better manner. Hope you like this video. If you did, do check out my other videos, because I recommend a lot of non-fiction for beginners. I do a lot of review posts as well, so do go ahead and check that out.